Welcome to another episode of the Transform You Live Show. I'm your host, Marcus Hart. This is the only place where you can make real life and business transformation, harness the power, optimism, hope, and faith. Let's go. So today we're gonna be talking about, how to stay committed in the face of trials. We all go through so many trials and different changes, and sometimes we think that it has a lot to do with like how we get through the changes and whatnot, with like just trying to avoid the pain, trying to avoid the suffering. But I'm here to tell you that it's a totally different experience that you need to really evaluate and really take inventory about how this is actually an opportunity to have a conscious awareness of some things. This is a real good way to transform your way of thinking, transform the way you respond to situations. So let's first things first. Let's understand that the universe is good. Okay, things around you are good. There's nothing that has been created on this earth that cannot serve your highest good, and for that reason it's very important to have a high level of gratitude and gratefulness for the things that are around us in the universe, and to know that there's a higher intelligence that definitely is out for our best, because we can't design this world on our own. There's no way we can design this world on our own. There's no way we can control some of the things that are just naturally good on its own. Take yourself for example. There's different elements about yourself that you can concretely and honestly say, this is good. This is good. This is what's good about me. This is the reason why I can love myself. Which brings me to my next important point. We are loved. You have to take that whole concept of knowing that you are loved, and start looking yourself in the mirror and speak it. Begin to love yourself. Even in the face of turmoil, bad times, bad trials. Okay, this is the opportunity to really give yourself a lot of love, and there you can crowd yourself around other people who express that love. And again, if there is no love, if there wasn't no love present, if that was not so, okay, I don't think we would have so much mercy available here right in front of us, and there would be no grace to be able to make it from day to day. The very mere existence of yourself is an indicator that that there has to be some love, some ultimate love that is allowing everything to happen within your reality, but not destroy you in your reality, because these trials can seem as though it's going to destroy you. But again, we have to move out of the whole idea that suffering is the only option. It's not. Suffering is not the only option. You do not have to suffer. You can experience the pain and recognize the pain, but along with pain, there's always some love and healing readily available for you. There's a specific plan for you, which brings me to our next point. There's a specific plan for all of us, okay? And the only way to move into that plan is to allow these changes that are happening while you are going through trials. That sounds weird, right? There has to be some type of change in order to get to the next chapter of your life. There has to be some type of resistance that can strengthen you, ultimately to strengthen you and make you a little bit more powerful and a little bit more confident in walking forward. And as you are fighting through, as you are taking the punches and punching back, you come out a champion, ready for the next chapter of your life. And and especially when you can look back and observe what you have gone through and say, okay, this and this really makes sense now. Had I been able to quickly get out of that trial, maybe I would have not been ready for this point that is faced with my life now, which maybe I lost something that I no longer need, or maybe I gain a whole new perspective that can prepare me for moving forward into my purpose. It's because like that pain that I experienced, that I know where that pressure point is, that hits me emotionally, that hits me mentally and causes me to be stuck. Now I can be unstuck. Now I won't run into that same tree again, hopefully. Okay? This requires a high level of faithfulness, okay? You have to develop some ounce of faith, some ounce of optimism, which brings me to my next point, okay? And it's probably my last point. Trouble is great opportunity for great joy. And the only way to embrace trouble is to know that, like, I can respond with not with a plan that is made on the fly, but with faith that, in optimism, that like this is temporary. I'm going to get through this. Maybe there was something similar that you went through before, or maybe it was something even worse than what you're going through in your trial that can cause you to have a more regulated version of your emotion to respond better, and don't base life off an emotional high. Okay, this allows you to center yourself, and the best way to center yourself is to allow the testing to grow your endurance. And when you do that, while everything's going to hell and back, you can take the opportunity to meditate, contemplate, and really think each step through along the way, as you're going through it. Okay, you develop that insight, that necessary insight, and say to yourself, I am faithful. I am optimistic that things will work for my good. Okay, and in that you can find great joy in expecting something to go good. Quick transformation story for you to end this thing off. You can find it. I talked about it on a reel too, on Instagram reel. But check us out at Transform You Live Show on Instagram. So we have reels that we're rolling out on a daily. From pulpit minister to public speaker, how did I get there? I stayed committed to my gift of speaking. I lost the opportunity to become a minister when I found myself incarcerated. Okay, after leaving incarceration, being incarcerated and in prison, I could not go back to my old church. So I was without a church home for a long time. But what was still available to me was my ability to have a healthier emotional response, to not give up. When you can respond in a controlled, mindful way, you can take inventory for what you have left and what you have available. And what I had available was my gift of speaking, and I translated that or transitioned that to from being a pulpit speaker and preaching to doing keynote speeches. Maybe trying different things in the arts, like comedy, stand-up, being an actor, being a performer, and now this podcast that I've been doing for 7 years. So never give up, stay committed, and stay faithful, most importantly optimistic through the trials, because this is just an opportunity for transformation to happen, to take you to the next chapter. That's all I have for you. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, comment, all that good stuff. Share this with someone you know, someone you don't know. I'm Marcus Hart. Make sure you follow me at Marcus Hart _official on Instagram. Follow the show at Transform You Live Show on Instagram, as well as you can find me on Facebook, Marcus Hart Official. You can also find me on Twitter, Marcus _Hart. That's all I got. I'm out. Thank you guys.